Welcome all of you in this class. Today I am going to start a very important chapter for you, that is alternating current and electrical machines. Here question arises, what is alternating current? Okay, the current which varies in magnitude continuously and reverses its direction periodically is called alternating current. Okay, alternating current is commonly represented as in the form of wave. Okay, the general form of alternating current, general form of alternating current is I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Okay, here I is the instantaneous value of AC, I naught is equal to peak value of AC, omega is the angular frequency. Okay, here waves are or alternating currents are started from the origin. Okay, and hence it is known as sinusoidal wave. Also, it is propagated for the formation of crest and trough, and the time taken to complete one rotation of AC is called its time period, which is denoted by T. T is the time period. Okay, T is the time period and time period is measured in second. Current has also another type, that is called direct current. Direct current, the current which flows with constant magnitude in the same direction. Constant magnitude in the same direction is called direct current. Here direct current is represented. It is the direct current. Its direction and magnitude both are same, but in AC, magnitude and direction both are changed. Okay, now I am going to establish a relation or expression, average value of AC in complete cycle. Okay, our next topic is average value of AC, average value of AC in one complete cycle. This is the derivation I derive here. Topic is average value of AC over one complete cycle. Okay, over one complete cycle. Let an AC which is represented as, okay, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. This is the equation 1 and this is the general form of AC. This form of AC often used here for finding the derivation and solving the numerical problems. Okay, if dq coulomb of charge is crossing in a small time dt, then from the definition of current I is equal to dq upon dt. Okay, that implies dq is equal to I into dt, but I is the instantaneous value of AC according to equation. First, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. That implies dq is equal to I naught sin omega t into dt. Okay. Therefore, total charge crossing through the circuit in one complete cycle. For this, we integrated both sides. Total charge dq is equal to I naught sin omega t into dt, 0 to t. 0 is the origin point of the AC and t is the time period to cover or complete one rotation. Okay, and after solving it, we find that integration dq is equal to I naught is the constant term, I naught 0 to t sin omega t into dt. Okay, sin omega t into dt. This is the sign of integration and this is the sign of differentiation. Both cancel to each other and hence it will become q. I naught and the integration of sin omega t is equal to minus cos omega t upon omega. All of you know that. Okay, I naught minus cos omega t upon omega, lower limit is 0 while upper limit is t. Okay, here I naught minus I naught omega and cos omega t 0 to t. That implies q is equal to minus I naught omega cos omega into t minus cos omega into 0. Here time is variable. In place of time t, upper limit capital T is placed. After giving minus sign, lower limit is placed in place of the variable terms. Okay, that implies q is equal to minus I naught upon omega cos 2 pi by t into t minus cos 0. Omega is equal to 2 pi by t. This t cancelled this t. Therefore, q is equal to minus I naught upon omega cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Okay, that implies q is equal to minus I naught omega. The value of cos 2 pi is cos 2 pi is 1 minus cos 0. Cos 0. The numerical value of cos 0 is also 1. After subtracting 1 minus 1, it will become 0. That implies Q is equal to minus I naught omega into 0. Anything multiplied by 0, any terms multiplied by 0, result will be happen 0. That implies Q is equal to 0. This indicates that the AC, average value of AC over one complete cycle is always 0. And on the basis of this principle, a question is often comes in your board exam. That is why ordinary moving coil galvanometer is not suitable for measuring AC. Okay? Ordinary. That means moving coil galvanometer works on the principle of magnetic effect of current. In the case of AC, the pointer of moving coil galvanometer rotated in one times upward position and another time downward position. That means opposite to the first, and hence their magnitude becomes to 0. Here the average value of AC is 0. So at last the pointer of galvanometer is not able to show any type of deflection. It remains in a static position at 0. For this result, for this moving coil galvanometer is, ordinary moving coil galvanometer is not suitable to measure AC. Okay? Now in next class, I will teach the relation between average value of AC in half cycle and peak value of AC and other related terms. Till thank you. Have a nice day.